Well, I just finished recording and editing my reaction to the Improv Tour trailer several days late. In fact, I just put it up on the channel. It should have gone live like literally 4 minutes ago. And here we have an animated short for Himiko. I'm literally just uploading at the same time. Well, I guess Hoyo's gonna keep me busy before this update goes live, which means there's probably still another Himiko trailer coming out in a few days. Since, this is just an animated short and not our actual character trailer for Himiko Nova. Without further ado, I guess we'll get right into it, but first things first, Editor Me put on screen a link to the reaction to the Improv Tour trailer for those who might have missed it. And for everyone else, just a reminder, I let people know what I'm doing when I'm doing it on the Discord that I run, and you can join that. Right now, there's no membership requirements. It's open to anyone who joins, but spam too much or DM too many people, and I might kick you out. Anywho, that's where I let people know what I'm doing, and I even take some requests for React content. This just happened to be uploading while I was in front of my computer, so here we are. Well, let's look at the description. So, animated short, your ending, my beginning. I feel like that was... no, it sounds similar to what was going on in the Your Colors trailer with the makeup commercial. That's what it makes me think of immediately. And in the description, we have the following. I often dream of the end of that Phantom Moon Games. If you had been the one to survive back then, you'd be far more impressive than I am now. Motoko, I'm home. Himiko, Motoko, and Asat Pramod. Huh. I think that lets us know which one is Motoko. Let's just move my green screen so it's back in the correct spot. Well, let's get into it. This is a 7-minute and 27-second trailer? Holy crud! This is going to be a long reaction.
The same dream. It's raining, like always. That is where your journey ends, and mine begins.
Quick, take this! That thing's almost here!
This is not what we saw in game. This is not what we saw in game 4.3.
Use my wish power!
That's a cool-ass spear. Kind of reminds me of the Knights of Beauty, how they're supposedly all wielding spears. Himiko Nova's design is actually very Knight of Beauty coded.
Your weathering curse is worsening. I'm fine. We stick with the plan and defeat the Herald of Death first.
Do you really have to be here for this, by the way? This is very different than how they showed it in 4.3. Now I'm really wondering why they cut out that wheelchair scene in 4.3 that we were shown in the 4.3 version trailer.
We're in range.
How many things she got in that suitcase? We don't even get to see Marcus Antali's cool speech. Under the rubble. Ooh, that's some weathering curse.
Even that couldn't take it down. Himiko. I'm fine. Still have one last trick. Himiko! Looks like there's no other way.
Is it just me, or does this look like it's animated in 3D?
You
I
can't
think it
do
is.
That.
Yeah, they're blending 2D and 3D animation here.
One last shot. Death is terrifying, but someone needs to rise up. Are you insane? Even if you manage to imaginate that giant, you'll die! If I die, I want to die where the stars are within reach.
You're just too stubborn. But that's why you should become a navigator. Himeko, you brought me to life. My wish.
I feel like this should have been shown in game.
Your wish.
Come on.
Together. Let's chase the
They
star.
converted themselves both into wish power to create that giant mech.
Oh, Star Chaser.
Star Blazer.
Let my bond be the torch that blazes a trail forward. Star Blazer, set forth! Even if we must crawl forward. Even if we burn to ashes. This shall be
This is
proof
kind of very
that
similarly
we
coded
live.
to the Firefly trailer. Oh, the music though! Oh yeah, that's a headbanger. I feel like we were robbed in 4.3, and I hope this makes people realize what we were robbed of in 4.3. I was in a Discord yesterday where people were saying 4.3 was the best patch we've gotten so far. It was good, but it was way too short. I feel like they robbed us of this in 4.3 because they were just waiting to reveal it later. But it would have been so epic
ran
if
out
this
of wish
cutscene played in 4.3.
Leave it to me.
Oh, she's glitching.
No, no!
Oh, she said something in her ear that we didn't get to hear. I just remember that this is over a 7-minute long animation. The Astral Express! So just a reminder, no matter what they do here, Marcus Antali somehow lives through all this and then gets executed by the IPC like 5 years later. Oh, that's the main menu theme that's playing. Da 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 da. You can hear the motif in there, the light motif. Oh,
Did you see that, Himeko?
there really is someone buried in that grave that she made, isn't there?
Your flames ignited the Express's engine. Himeko?
Trailblazing.
Himeko? Himeko?
We're gonna get a pom-pom cameo? No pom-pom cameo. That's the main menu theme playing. There it is! Are they gonna show the logo here? Okay, they are. Anything after? Oh, there's something more.
The same dream.
Oh, that was a dream.
It's raining, like always.
Oh, that's right, it was a dream. That's how we started.
If she were here right now,
Oh, no, wait. Swap
she'd
for mod.
probably make the same choice I've made.
We're probably in the present now.
Game's over, kid. Crash to the ground once more, Astral Express.
Alrighty. We left on such a bad cliffhanger in the end of 4.3. Okay. Now this is pretty long, and I want to go through some of the stuff, but I'm going to probably have to spend some time reiterating what I've said in previous videos and previous trailers. So, let's see. So let's work our way back. So something worth mentioning is that we didn't know how we don't have a full story. We didn't have a full story of how the Bloodstained games from 15 years ago actually ended. And if you look at the readable for the Bloodstained games, you can actually find out that Marcus Antali was defeated supposedly by we know that it was Himiko from the events of 4.3 that we did see, and that it was also a combination of the Aberration Defense Force, or whatever their names are. And it was assumed that there was no winner for this Phantasmoon Games. And based off the events of this trailer, it doesn't look like Himiko won either. So it was implied that possibly Himiko won because people saw a UFO or something that looked like it was covered in blue. And the UFO is implied to be the Astral Express departing from Ahatopia. It is also interesting that was actually, this entire animated short that we saw is technically just a dream that Himiko had in this moment when she's facing off against Asat Pramod in the present, which means because it was a dream, we now have to look at everything that takes place before this moment with a grain of salt. And if we go back to the beginning, it's like the same dream. It's raining like always. So yeah, Himiko is fighting Asat Pramod in the present, and then she's having a dream, and that dream is everything that is happening here. And now that I'm looking at it again, it is very clearly 3D animation blended with 2D animation, and this looks really good. Like, really, really good for a mix of 2D with 3D animation. I also like that we can see, if you're looking closely, the way they're choosing to animate it. This is Imagenesis. We are throwing drawings and they're using their infused wish power to turn these drawings into weapons that can then fight. This is what manifests the spear, and then Himiko begins fighting or I guess this is Motoko. Since she constantly refers to the other one as Himiko, this basically clarifies it if it wasn't made clear in other trailers. The Imagenesis future self of Himiko is Motoko. Why she picked that name for her, I don't know. We'll probably find out in for a 4.4. Because they left so much on the table here. Also, this new wheelchair design we're finally seeing is very interesting. It can fly. If I had this level of technology, I don't think I would walk anywhere if I could walk. But it does kind of imply that all of this could be an imagined variation of what actually did happen, because we did get a story told in 4.3 of what actually did happen in the battle between Himiko and the Herald of Death. And it was much shorter, and Himiko was able to walk. She didn't have a wheelchair. And almost any scene or reference to the wheelchair in 4.3 seems to have been removed. There is a taboo in a lot of countries where it's like, if a character can walk, it's a little taboo to show them in a wheelchair or wheelchair bound if they're able to walk while they're in it. So there was like an incident in the Toho universe where there was like a godlike character and that in her final form, she's flying around. She doesn't need a wheelchair. She was meant to be introduced in a wheelchair. So producers forced them to change the design so she's just in a chair. A normal chair. But whenever she appears in like the print works, I'm referring to Okina Matara from Toho, for those who don't know. Who appears in a wheelchair throughout the print works, but in the games, for whatever reason, she's not depicted in the wheelchair. Alright, here we see the Weathering Curse taking over, which is honestly a little bit too early for it to take over, because from what we learn about the Weathering Curse in 4.3 and 4.2, it supposedly is supposed to take effect in their like early 30s. Almost every one of Himiko's ancestors that died from the Weathering Curse died from the curse in around like 30 to 33, which is kind of making me feel old because I'm turning 33 this year. Wait, does that mean I'm older than Himiko? Editor me, cut that out. Cut that out! Then this section here might actually confirm a long-standing theory that many of us have had, that Himiko and the fact that there were two Himikos and they fused together to make the one that we have now the previous improv tour trailer we got kind of disproved that slightly, but it didn't really debunk it. But now we're seeing that this Himiko Nova form is kind of both of them converted into wish power and fused together. But then, when they separate later, they kind of just imply that she dies. But also because in this dream version of events, we actually see that as she fades away, her flames supposedly ignite the Express's engine, which then causes the Express to show up at that station at the end. And if this dream is to be taken at face value, and it is real events that did happen, what did she do with that body? She supposedly made a grave before she left, which means that could mean that there really is someone in that grave. Well, this has been a very interesting, in-depth dive. It's a little bit shorter of a reaction than I've done on some of the other videos I've done, primarily because a lot of what I said, I said as I talked over it the first time. So this analysis I'm probably going to cut short a little bit early. A lot of it has to do with stuff that I talked about in my reaction to the improv tour trailer, which I recorded 3 hours ago and uploaded onto the channel like 20 minutes ago, so you can watch that somewhere on the channel. I have a playlist of all of my React content. You can watch it there. So, this seems to be a really big setup for the final battle against the Sot Pramod, and I'm really looking forward to playing that, and I will hopefully have time to do it, though I might be busy and not be able to play the patch on the day that it goes live. And in the future, we should probably still be getting a trailer for Himiko Nova proper, since this is just the... Since this is just an animated short, not even a trailer. We're probably going to get one for her demo proper. We're probably going to get one for the Fate collab. We got a big Honkai Stay Night, or what was it? It was Fate Star Rail. We got a Fate Star Rail trailer last year. So I expect we're probably going to get another one of those. It'll probably drop maybe on the 20th if I had to guess. Because I believe the Fate portion of the story is going to be patched out on the 24th. I could be misremembering that information, though. I don't know if that's correct. Don't quote me on it. And beyond that, the Keeping Up with Star Rail already came up. I should probably watch that. I don't record my reactions to those because it's mostly just kit information and little skits between Albert and a few other characters. Me and my friends like to chat about them, but I don't really record reactions to. If you want me to, I might do them in the future, but I don't think it's worth my time. Because the time that I don't react to those can be used to editing to surprise animated shorts like this that I did not know that we were going to get. That's going to be all from here. Anyway, as I've mentioned before, there's a playlist of all of my React content on the channel. If you'd like to stay up to date on what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, the way to do that would be to join my Discord. And lastly, look forward to all the pipeline of content I've got coming out. We got some Genshin content. I did a large react to all of the Luna characters' trailers and teasers. And I still have to play through the Moon World Quest on Nodcry or whatever wherever it is located. So that's something that's coming up. And I'm probably also going to do a video where I just read all of the Furbubba Weekly stuff from 4.3, since I haven't gotten around to reading all of that yet. Anywho, that's all for now. Next stream, for those who are curious, will be a reaction to probably One Piece chapter 1188, because that'll be coming out Sunday. And probably, if you're watching this now, it'll probably be later today, because I'm going to upload this onto the channel and set it to come out live on midnight for the 12th. Also, happy 7-Eleven Day. Hope you got a Slurpee. Anyway, ta-ta for now. Bye-bye. Stay safe.